everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
Oh,
Is that how we're supposed to do it now? It was like you kind of trailed off at the end, so I tried to hang in there with you. It was solidarity.
The whole thing was a weird inflection. I don't know what's going on today. Anyway, this is the Bible Reloaded. We're back again to do yet another chick tract. This one's called Caught. Again, Jack Chick did it. 2002 was when this one came out, which surprised me because it looks like it was drawn in the 70s.
This definitely looks pre-9/11, but I guess it's post.
Yeah.
Maybe he held on to it and he just couldn't bring himself to publish until after we started bombing the townspeople of Iraq.
Maybe.
Anyways, there's a spider web involved. Maybe spiders will be in this. Probably not. Probably zero. You know what's shocking? None of the covers ever have anything to do with anything inside the story. Which, I get it. A lot of comics do that too, but, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. Jack Chick does what he wants. He's a rogue man on the edge, and no one can stop him. Anyway, here we go with Caught.
Motel Delight?
Yeah, Motel Delight.
Is that where people fuck?
They were just the motel at one point, but then they're like, I don't think people are getting what our rooms are for. We charge hourly rates. These rooms are to fuck in. I'll get us a room, my love.
I've never done this before, Roger. I don't feel right about this. Ever since Mother died, I've been put off to orgies.
No, it's okay. I know it's real hard, but once you get past that first tear, it gets way easier. Everything gets way wetter, and it's lubed. It's the blood, you see.
Why did you bring the angels and 3 demons? And frankly, if we're gonna do that, that's fine. But the dog?
Don't worry, darling. This is the only thing. There's a camera in the corner. Don't worry about it. This is the only thing that gets Germans off anymore. After World War II, they became real desensitized to every type of everything.
Is the angel German? He's tall and very Aryan. And why does he have a camcorder? That's bad. You do not want to do that.
Don't worry about it. He's just fine. Shut up, German angel.
99999. You put it in different holes every time. You put it in a hole she doesn't want, and then a hole she wants, and then a hole she's neutral about. You discuss it, and then you figure out. How's my German accent doing?
It's all right. I've
convincing?
heard better. I've heard better, but I've definitely heard worse. I at least get what you're going for at this point. Like, he's a little Nazi-ish. He's like,
yeah,
I can't tell if he's angry or not. Germans are really hard to read. Every time I hear him, I just think, ooh, man, your country almost got it right.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's in an angel costume. It's not his lowest point. Do you still love me? Even though you need all of these other things to get off and not just me?
As God is my witness, I'll tell you right now, even with the dog here, if you weren't here, it would be only a half chub. But with you plus dog, full rod, steel, iron, max penis power.
You betcha, baby. Hi, I'm Leprosy Craig.
Why does Craig appear in every one of these? Why you got such a Craig thing, man?
Don't worry about it. This is Leprosy Craig. He's different from regular Craig. This one has leprosy, and he's got the same personality, just plus a malady.
So it's not even the same Craig. This is another guy named Craig who is a demon, and this one happens to have leprosy and the same personality.
It's arguably one of the worst names. That's not Keith.
3 hours later...
Huh, what a surprise! Hi, Roger. Where's Linda? Who's Linda?
Okay, here's the thing. Last night when I was pretty deep, I'd say 3/4 in, and I said I had to tell you something, and then I waited until you passed out. I told you it then, and I was hoping maybe it would subconsciously stick in there, but the only thing that stuck in there was me. So
is that why the belt was so tight around my neck?
Yeah, I overdid it. I almost David Carradine'd you.
I just love this. This is the best, y'all.
Why do I keep inviting my demon friends to dinner? This was supposed to be romantic. All he does is make bad puns, and he smells like Wanda Sykes.
I don't even remember Wanda Sykes, but do you guys have any diet cola? I'm off the Dr. Pepper. I would just like some cola. Any kind is fine. I don't have a brand restriction.
How about Mr. Pibb? Is that a cola, or is that of the Dr. Pepper persuasion.
That's it's it's kind of like when you we've all been there when you swear off black women. When you swear them off and you're like, no more black ladies for me, they are too much to handle. And then you go to Brazil and everyone's sort of black. It's like that.
What?
Yeah. Are you telling me that you've never gotten reverse jungle fever?
They're Portuguese at best. They're a mix of Portuguese and other things in that area.
Yeah, they were slave ships down there. They have some African in them.
Oh, honestly.
Yeah. It's a very they have lots of hues of brown, but it still counts. So your jungle fever's still there.
I don't know how I feel about anything anymore.
Linda is Roger's beautiful wife, and he's got 3 great kids. Roger, you're married?
Okay, the thing is I was gonna tell you, and honestly, Bill, I don't know why you showed up and are talking about my kids. I don't even think I told you about my kids. Why do you know more about my kids than I have told you?
I also own a camcorder.
Okay, Bill, we're going to talk about this later, but first I got to cover my ass on this one, okay? So, Bill, the next day.
Hello, is this Linda Sandal, Roger's wife?
Yes, I don't know what you had to say, but I'm already crying before you said it. I'm sorry. I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and so I don't know anything about Grey's Anatomy. I'm bailing out of this joke.
Episode where George dies?
Sure, is that a...
I'm already crying, too.
I don't...
He got crushed. There was a bus accident, and then there was a mix-up, and then female Mark Ruffalo-looking lady gets crushed too, and they think that he's someone else, but it's actually George the whole time. Did you know that actually it was because the black actor that used to play some other guy called George the actor whose name I forgot? They called him gay in real life, and then George was like, fuck this, I'm out. He's like, crush me with a bus accident, and then George died.
Wow.
I didn't see it coming. Katherine Heighl's career really went downhill, though.
I learned today that Jake knows more about Grey's Anatomy than I ever imagined.
I had an ex-girlfriend that watched a lot of it.
I can tell.
This is so hard for me, but last night I did a horrible thing. First, he took a bowl of goldfish and just shoved them all the way up. You know which hole's best. And then he made me get rid of them and flush them down the toilet, which I didn't want to do. They were part of me at that point. I could have kept them. And then I made love to your husband, and we gave each other each paper cuts. It was very kinky, and we licked each other's blood cuts, and then he tied a belt around my neck. And as I passed out, he told me that you existed, but he was only 3/4 of the way in when I was passing out, and then apparently he went the rest of the way in after the fact. But basically, long story short, best sex I've ever had. Have a little bit of guilt about you and your children, and it was extra weird because he had pictures of each of you about the room.
I gotta ask, was Klaus there?
Klaus. Which one is Klaus? Is he the angel German?
Yeah, big German dude refuses to take off the fake wings. I can't tell if it's like a religious thing or sexual or if he's just a big X-Man fan.
Is the camera always on or is it just like a prop?
There's not even a tape in it. There's never been a tape.
Really?
He just likes it. It makes him feel like he's doing something. He's smooth like a Ken doll, so he likes to pretend he's part of things.
You know what I was relieved about? I thought I was going to have to fuck that dog. Turns out, didn't fuck a dog at all. Dog just kind of stayed there. It was like his companion. Like he had a friend to talk about the happenings afterwards. I don't know.
That's not weird. A dog. That's a midget in a dog outfit. That was a whole other thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even get there then.
No.
I'm kind of disappointed, I'm telling you. Now I'm interested.
Sometimes you run out of time and you get bumped until the next orgy. That happens sometimes.
I get it.
It's kind of like it's like being on a talk show with Jimmy Kimmel. All right, I'm home. What's this? You snake. Jessica told me everything. How many other women have you slept with? ? You ruined our lives. I'm taking our kids. Why did she capitalize? Why did she capitalize all these letters? I don't want you near us ever again.
Me? Or are you reading the note again?
I'm reading the note, Craig. Shut up.
God damn it.
Go turn on HGTV. House Hunters is on. You know you wanted to do it. That's why we're here.
I prefer those two twin brothers that flip houses.
They're not even on TV anymore because they said something anti-gay, which is funny because I assumed before I knew they were brothers, I thought they were fucking each other.
Really?
I thought they went from house to house, flipping them and fucking in them. I thought the act of gay sex in a house raised the property value. My lawyer will contact you. Shame on you. And then she did a signature, very loopy. It was very official. It was beautiful. That's why I loved her.
It's weird that she decided to switch on her penmanship there. I'm really sorry about that. If I would have known that she was one of those people that can't stay consistent when they're writing handwritten letters, I would never have set you two up. Barbara vouched for her, and you guys really hit it off at that lunch, and I thought, just let it be. And 17 years later, well, sorry, man. That's on me, honestly.
It was worth it. She was the only person I've ever been with who was quick enough to get to the dog. How dare Linda write this to me? She's so cruel and selfish. It's her fault that I turned to little Jessica. Is it creepy that I'm calling an adult woman little Jessica?
Yes, it's very creepy, but that's kind of why I like you. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Uh-oh, I hope Jessica didn't get herself pregnant.
Well, I mean, we hope she did, you dumb klutz. You didn't use any sort of protection, and you came directly onto her ovaries. Do you not remember the ovary surgery portion, where you just came on them?
Honestly, that was my bad. Like you said, I'm a klutz. Sometimes I accidentally perform surgery and accidentally come on things. It's just what it is. What am I gonna do? Oh God, why me? Why did I have to accidentally...
Motherfucker.
Why did I have to accidentally cut that woman open and come on the inside of her body? Why couldn't I have opened a different cavity, like her stomach or heart? I don't know.
You wanted to come on her heart?
It's like Jesus. Sometimes you just gotta come into someone's heart, and then you're part of them forever, and then they die. Like immediately. Cum is bad for your arteries.
The following week...
Bob, my cousin Roger just showed up asking for prayer, and I'm on the way to catch a plane. Can you spend some time with him?
Of course, generic Hugo smoker from New York voice. Send him over.
Thanks, Bob. I gotta catch this plane. It takes a long time now because it's 2002 and 9/11 just happened.
They're gonna shoe bombs.
A lot of shoe bombs and underwear bombs. They're gonna touch my undercarriage. I like that, though, personally.
Anthrax bombs. What were some other things that we were worried about? Y2K Part 2.
God bless you for allowing me to come, Bob. That's where I'll end that sentence.
I do what I can. Tell me about it, Roger. I don't know what we're talking about. This is very cryptic. If I'm honest with you, I have no idea what we're trying to inflect to one another.
Well, first of all, if we can get to it, that's my friend, Andy over there. He's a little person, as you can see. He forgot the dog costume, but I'm still hoping we can get to him.
We will not do anything of the sort for two reasons. Number one, I am against the idea of midgets in general. They disgust me on a borderline racist level, except they are not a race. They are a malformation of the human form and are thus a scourge upon the human population. They have weak seed and should not be allowed to reproduce, especially that cunt Peter Dinklage, who I think, his face looks normal, but the rest of his body is weird. What happened? Did he just stop at the neck? And number two, I'm not gay. But I'm fine with that. If you're gay, that's fine.
I was trying to comfort a lady in church, and my wife became jealous. Imagine I bolded that word, like if it was in front of your face. Imagine I said jealous, but it was bold, and accused me of doing the unthinkable, ellipses.
The unthinkable. Did you invite a German angel porn director, a dog, that ugly-ass midget that I hope dies of midget AIDS, in a dog costume, and then 3 demons?
Well, I guess it's not unthinkable anymore. You pretty much nailed that.
Really?
Yeah, that was
a shot in the dark, honestly. I kind of did, I do this little, I have like a Sherlock Mind palace, and I deduced that from your outerwear. Is that interesting?
It's kind of interesting.
I can also tell that your sister's a drinker.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Benedict whatever.
Cumberbun. Pretty sure it's cumberbun. like the accessory.
Then she took my kids.
Where'd she take them, and why'd you say that weird?
They took my kids.
Is that just how you say kids, or
they took my kids? Are you trying to tell?
Now it sounded like I thought you were going to say keys, but then it ended up being kids. So it is kids. You're not mistaking the two?
No, the kids. Once or twice I tried to put them in a lock, but that's not the point.
You didn't answer me, Roger. You didn't answer me at all. In fact, you just said kids weird 3 or 4 times and wore that turtleneck.
Okay, I guess you could say it was a harmless fling. You know, the kind where you put your penis in them and then stuff comes out of it, but then it's in them. It's like that. Did that a couple times, and I enjoyed it. She semi-enjoyed it. It was implied that she should be doing this, or else bad things might happen. It's the implication.
What?
You know.
No, I do not know.
Oh.
I do not know.
Well, at least God has forgiven me.
He's not forgiven you. I am friends with God. We play golf and bocce ball. Did you know bocce ball is a thing? It's like a French sport or some shit. Maybe it's Italian. I don't remember.
I don't believe in the Europe.
In the whole of Europe?
In the Europe. I don't think it exists.
Where the hell did you get your fashion sense from? Certainly not America.
Peter Jennings.
God hates what you've done, especially the part where you put the goldfish in her butt. That's not cool. Have you ever seen ilovefishes.com or whatever?
No, I haven't.
It's terrible, and nobody should pause this video and go check out that. Whatever that is. Do you have any idea what you're facing?
Guy with a weird mustache. I mean...
Definitely that. Look at this. I have taken painstaking efforts to make this pencil thin at the end. Do you know I pluck individual hairs and cut them accordingly?
Well, that's how you gotta do it. It's how you get it precise. It's how you get it how you want it.
Exactly. You know, I've transplanted hairs so that it's symmetrical. I have 847 hairs on each side of my body. Did you know that?
I did not. I don't know how I would know that. I don't know that. This is the first time we've met. I have no knowledge of your body hair.
Well, you know, you've committed adultery. Not a little fling. You sinned against God, and all adulterers will spend eternity in the lake of fire. But more importantly, you probably created a new STD.
Whoa, Bob, everybody's doing it. I came here for Christian love and comfort, not to be preached at. Also, did you ever realize that your sweater is the exact same pattern as your wall? Is that intentional? Is that so if, like, the predator shows up, you can blend in? Except for your head. Yeah. I guess they'll take your head, but they'll think it's, like, already detached.
No, it's actually so that I can hide on the walls when people come in, and I can spook them. Like, hey! And then they're like, oh, I thought you were part of the wall, but instead you just wear a carpet shirt.
How dare you judge me? Thou shalt not judge. I'm no worse than King David was, just throwing out a name there. Just that's the name I threw out. Could have said anyone. King David.
Thou shalt not judge is not a commandment. Thou shalt judge harshly, especially to those who we think are gross, is probably a commandment, though. You want to throw King David's name out though? I got this slideshow. I always got slideshows. Anytime Bob Williams is in a chick tract, he's got slideshows, motherfucker.
Okay, I guess go for it. Hit the button.
Good. Slide 1. Even as a boy, David loved God with all his heart, and with the Lord's help, he was a fierce warrior. Look at the fierceness in that boy's eyes as he plays this tiny stringed instrument that he made out of driftwood and human hair. And there's a lion for some reason, and then he killed it to protect those sheep, I assume. I'm not going to read the bottom. I'm just going to infer it. And look at that baby lamb. He's so cute. Do you get the fury in his eyes yet?
I can imagine it, I guess.
Singing,
if you were doing a slideshow, why don't you, like, better slides? Like, is this the best you could do?
Okay, my daughter who has Down syndrome drew this, and you are now making fun of a Down's child. That's the kind of person you are, Roger.
I accept that.
Okay, I'm kidding. I don't have a daughter. Are you kidding me? Downs kids are funny. But the day was soon coming when David would need all his faith and courage to face the monster so terrifying that an entire army stood paralyzed at the sight of him. Was David up to it? The story is found in 1 Samuel 17 that it can be also relayed to you via the Bible Reloaded.
Like, am I supposed to go read that right now?
No, they read it for you. It's extremely entertaining.
I don't really do the computer stuff.
You could do it on your mobile device. It's fine.
My phone is like a Gordon Gekko phone.
I don't know what that means. Like, it's a huge phone that you have to have attached to your car in order for it to work?
It's like Oliver Stone's seminal classic Wall Street. It's like the phone in that. Charlie Sheen.
Nope.
And then the other guy, Michael Douglas.
Never heard of him.
There were some other people. I think he's the Ant-Man.
Nope.
All right, well, those are references.
Look at this tall motherfucker, though. He's huge.
Maybe the other guy's just a midget.
No idea what his name was. His brothers were at war with the Philistines. They were facing a giant named Goliath? Goliath? I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. Just imagine a giant with a beard and a weird helmet that kind of looks like Devo. You guys remember Devo, right? Constituents? They don't remember. I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that has a big fight. Fight him. I'll fight him. I'm huge. That's my Goliath voice. Did it work?
Was he, like, special? That's not how people talk.
He seemed to put a lot of resources from the inside of his body to his hair and growth, so I will assume his brain activity was pretty low compared to someone with a natural stature. He's much like a reverse midget, and the more that I think about it, he also disgusts me, but in a different way. And also, this guy's super tall, and his face is all weird. If Peter Dinklage and him mixed together, they would make one normal, not fucked up abomination of a human. But instead, they're all sorts of fucking weird. Have you ever seen Peter Dinklage's tiny little sausagey fingers? He looks like a human appetizer plate. If he be able to kill me, then we will be your servants. Well, not me, because I'll be dead, because I'm Goliath. And if he kills me, I can't be. The rest, on my behalf, will be your servants. But if I kill him, then shall ye be you could be our servants. Basically, if I win, we get you. If you win, you get us. Well then. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you, Jew. David faced him alone, and by slinging a stone into his forehead, he killed the giant and then beheaded him. And this is the illustration that I chose for this, and this is for children.
I was gonna say this is a little this is out there, like he's still bleeding, you can see the blood.
Right, and his eyes aren't fully rolled back into his, like he's still probably a little bit alive. Like that, sure, maybe his sense of self is fucked up a little bit because of the frontal lobe damage from the stone, but I mean, there is clearly expression in that face still, and it was probably disorienting and painful and horrifying, and the last moments of his life were filled with just this dread, and what did I do? And he looked into this little boy's eyes and saw the end of him, and everything that he would be, and his children's future, and his wife's loathing of all Jews.
Has anyone ever told you should write children's books? You paint a beautiful picture.
I have written a children's book. It's called Everybody Who's Gay Gets AIDS. It's kind of like everybody poops.
Yeah.
But it's a warning. Don't you fuck another human man if you are also a human man. Because you'll get AIDS. Jesus will give it to you himself. Later, David became king over Israel. I don't know where that's at. He was loved, feared, and respected by all because he was God's man. You can tell he was God's man because he had better kept. If you look at his facial hair in comparison to the guy next to him. Also, he looks a lot like me.
A little. Did you put yourself in this because you wanted to be like David?
Yes. Yeah, it was. I was going to deny it, but goddamn is he good looking. 1 year later, there was some shit that happened, and David was looking at some lady called Bathsheba. She was taking a bath. Maybe that's where we get the word for bath from. No idea. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe she was taking a bath and someone was like, I don't know, Bathsheba, fuck it. And then there was a demon. He's like, look at that naked lady. You should fuck her.
No, I'll fuck her. I'll fuck David. Fuck.
It was Craig's grandpa, Greg.
Why is... All right, fuck it.
Well, they lived for a very long time, goddammit.
Okay, I believe you.
And anyway, he wanted to bang her, and then we go down here, and then David found out she was married, and but he got her anyway because she's kind of... It's her fault. Like, if I'm like, she didn't have to do this.
I think the implication would be that he's the king and she has to do what he says. It was
Does he have like a fucking does he have like a bell on the end of his dick that's like ding ding ding, and she's like one of those fish that gets sucked in by an anglerfish?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Like she just can't resist the tiny lure at the end of his dick.
It's definitely somewhere between consensual sex and full-on rape. I don't know where it lies, but it's not one or the other.
But David didn't realize who we're all watching his horrible act of adultery. It turns out Hans, or whatever the fuck his name was, it was there, and then all the characters from Where the Wild Things Are, and also Craig. But not the boy from Where the Wild Things Are. I will point that out. The boy is not there. That would be very Jared from Subway, and that's not who David was. He was decent. He was a decent man. The bedroom was quite crowded. God was watching with his angels, which, like, God, come on now. We don't... Give some people some privacy sometimes. You don't have to always be peeping.
At the very least, like, if you need to make sure he's sinning, wait for first insertion and then leave. Like, okay, it's inserted, it's a sin, I'll come back when you're done.
Why do we criminalize peeping toms if this is the fucking standard that God is setting? If God does it, it is good. Therefore, peeping toms are good. Go ahead and peep toms. The devil also, who really enjoyed it, along with his gang. Wow, he masturbates with his friends. That's weird. That's a weird... Like, I've always heard about these groups of friends, like guys that like watch porn together, but I've never actually done it myself. Is that a thing?
It's just, you just get... Every once in a while, you gotta play a game of Ookie Cookie.
What's Ookie Cookie?
I'm glad you asked,
no,
Jake.
Don't tell me. I'm pretty sure I know what Ookie Cookie is after 3 seconds of self-reflection.
So, Ookie Cookie is a game in which apparently a circle of men get together.
Correct.
And they're all jerking off. It's a circle jerk with the added bonus of everyone comes on the cookie, and then the last person to come has to eat the cookie.
What's the penalty if you do not eat the cookie?
I don't know. I think it's more. I think the point is if you're not willing to eat the cookie, you just don't play the game. Like everyone in the circle is already pretty much like, yeah.
I would come in there primed as fuck. Eyes closed, 3/4 of the way there, ass already clenching.
I think you're missing the whole point of the game. If you're doing it, you're probably at least half interested.
I'm not an honorable man.
All right.
I'm partaking in a game of Ookie Cookie. Does that come across as someone who plays by the rules?
Whatever you say, man. Just
all right.
Just putting it out there.
By the way, this was all being recorded, and that night King David broke 3 of God's commandments. 2 of them had to do with the butt. David coveted, stole another man's wife, and committed adultery with Bathsheba. He had crossed the line big time, and Satan was delighted because, the line is more of a, it's kind of a nickname for that threshold, that fake threshold you walk through in an orgy where there's no turning back to what you have consented to.
Sure.
So I can understand why you are gray on whether or not it was rape, because at some point, possibly it was. However, 50% of the way in, you're done. That's all. 50.1% is you cannot turn back. Whatever's going in is going in. David pulled away from God, and from here on, it was downhill.
Now it's downhill? This was not rock bottom being watched?
Oh, no. You have not seen rock bottom, sir.
Okay.
It had been a lust-filled one-night stand. David thought it was over till Bathsheba dropped the bomb.
She said, what?
She said, I am with child, your majesty.
David.
He's Asian. He's like an Asian apprentice.
That's surprising. I guess it's...
I am with child, your majesty.
He's like a shogun.
You have to close your eyes a little bit and make your mouth small.
Oh, I can see they can't see it, but you're definitely doing that.
I'm doing it.
I think it makes it better, for sure. You're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
David was caught! Her husband was Uriah, which sounds like an STI he probably got while fucking his wife. God called him one of David's mighty men. Uriah didn't have a clue about what David did with his wife. He was surprised when King David called him from the battlefield to discuss the war. Uriah made his report and David urged him to go home and spend the night with his wife. David wasn't being nice. He was trying to get off the hook. He wanted Uriah to fuck Bathsheba so much that she forgot David even existed. Or, second case scenario, hopefully he would come inside of her and the baby would be, technically considered his. And they could just sweep that under the rug. But obviously sexual obliteration was plan A. David got him drunk and tried to send him home, but he was like, no, I like dudes. I just married her so that I wouldn't be, you guys don't really take kindly to gays. And he's like, don't worry about it. Uncle Greg will talk you out of it. And then we shot him with arrows. Next panel. David married Uriah's widow, Bathsheba, whose name we are now not using for some reason. And the baby was born, and God sent his prophet, Nathan, to David, who told him, it's pretty much, he got this weird baby. It was a one-night stand. He did some weird shit with her. There may have been goldfish involved. David was all sorts of upset. You could see right here, he's got that weird clown neck thing going on. What are those for? Who is that good for? Did clowns come together and say, we should wear weird shit? It works.
Really distracted by the fact that his prophet's name is Nathan. My mighty and powerful prophet, Nathan.
Nathan, nasally.
His children consider it part of his family, but a rich man with a large flock had traveled to come to dinner. Instead of killing his own sheep, he took the poor man's little lamb, killed it, cooked it, and fed it to the visitor. I'm Nathan.
So Nathan was trying poorly to illustrate an idea that you don't take another man's shit. And in this case, the shit was Bathsheba, and the other man was Uriah, the STI that was also a human. And then he made a baby. Apparently, the baby isn't part of this at all, because I'm pretty sure in that metaphor, the guy didn't fuck the lamb.
He might have. It was the Middle East. You don't know.
Well, he certainly didn't make a baby with it. That's not how humans and sperm work. David said, the man hath done this, the thing, then he shall surely die. Not understanding that this was about him. And Nathan's like, ha, you're the fucker.
Ha, you fucked her. Thou art the man. Thou hast killed Uriah and hast taken his wife and thy wife. The sword shall never depart from this house. I'm Nathan.
We're all glad that time has passed enough for Nathan to be surely dead. He was an annoying motherfucker and a dweeb. And I'm not using dweeb funny. That's the one time I have ever used dweeb to actually hurt someone's feelings. And the only disappointing thing about Nathan's death is that he can't be hurt by me anymore. Because David repented, God forgave his sin and allowed him to live. But his family was ruined. The baby died and everybody remembered the scandal. The baby died. We'll just gloss over that part. Dead baby. Roger, every act of adultery has been recorded throughout history. Your baby is gonna die.
Like, are you sure? He's probably gonna be fine. He's like, just a baby.
I don't know. What kind of STIs do you have? Do you have anything that would create a baby to die?
Honestly, it's probably easier if I list the ones I do not have.
Okay, name them.
Crabs. End of
There's
list.
That you just don't have the crabs?
Yep. Those are really... I'm not saying I've never had them. They're just really easy to treat. I'm between bouts of crabs right now.
It might also have to do with your lack of pubic hair between the legs. Yes, I can hear that. Again, I deduced it from when you walked in. Right away. Didn't smell a hair on you. You seem to know the story about David's sin, but do you really understand the gospel?
Look, I go to church, but that stuff is for preachers. I don't understand the concept of church, apparently, or the Bible, or Christianity. Not really a big deal to me.
Nope. It's important that you know about this, Roger. It could keep you out of hell.
So tell me. Let's do it.
Jesus died and came back to life.
Oh.
Do you believe this, Roger?
Bob, I've had enough of this guilt trip. I'm okay, and I'm sick of people condemning me. You Bible thumpers can go to hell. Me and my buddy here.
Yeah, we're not going to hell. That's a demon. That's where they are from. You will be going to hell. You're the one. And it's not that all bad. There's all sorts of cool people there. Aretha Franklin. I think she's dead. If she's not dead, she's going there. Certainly Peter Dinklage, which is obviously your loss, not mine. I'm going to be in heaven with the white rich people. Donald Trump, heaven. Wayne Brady, heaven. Sorry, we can't. Jesus saves us, Roger.
If you people are in heaven, I want no part of it. I will
get
not
that.
spend eternity with Wayne Brady, and that is a fact.
I understand, but have you considered the unlimited crab?
Drop dead, Bob.
That's kind of mean. Maybe you'll drop dead. 8 weeks later, Roger dropped dead. Oh, God damn it, Grim Reaper. Why'd you have to go and kill Roger?
Listen, I didn't do this job for nothing. It's a punishment. Haroo!
Grim Reaper, are you Richard Nixon?
I'm not allowed to say anymore. Agnew kept getting on my case. Haroo! Is Agnew dead? Is Agnew also dead?
I'm pretty sure Agnew's dead.
Okay, then the Agnew ref stands.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. Anyway, Richard Nixon is the Grim Reaper, in case you didn't understand that. So, I don't know what this next panel's saying, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to move on to the part where he gets judged.
The Lord said to Roger. So I'm just not really feeling it, Roger, if I'm being real. I got a lot of shit to do today. My girlfriend, Donna, she just is on my case.
What'd you say?
See, this is what I'm dealing with.
Did you need me? I'm cooking ziti.
Trust me, Roger, I understand. If there were any other people up here that had multiple holes, I'd be all over it. But she's literally the only thing within 100 miles that has holes at all. So, what are you going to do?
You talking about my holes again?
You know I'm going to. You know. This is one of my 3 small talk things that I can do. The weather, basketball, your holes. Anyway, Roger, you're going to hell. Get the fuck out.
If you've ever committed adultery, you will answer to God for it. But you can be forgiven if you repent and receive Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. Only His blood will I'm talking to the audience right now, I just noticed.
Yep.
You guys are lucky.
Yep. Him and Deadpool are the 2 characters that truly epitomize fourth wall breaking.
Oh, you guys. I'm sure you'll all pick Jesus. You know how you wouldn't be here unless you were gonna pick the Jesus.
I have a picture on the butt. I know you can't see it. Remember that time you saw the picture of the hat and you had to show it to me?
Yeah.
I have a picture of a little girl with ice cream, but she looks like 4, but it's like, I don't know how to describe this picture other than it looks like the director for this photograph said to her, "Look like you're sensual. Sensually tease me with this ice cream." 5-year-old Asian model.
Mine is a tiny Indian girl with a chick tract.
Oh.
Who will probably face terrible persecution for choosing Christianity only over Hinduism.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yep.
So
she's cute though. She looks happy until later when she won't be at all.
So thanks everyone. Chick tracts. My God, we're never gonna run out. I mean, that's not technically true, but there's still a lot
we could
left.
run out. They make it 2 every month, and that's how many we do usually.
Roughly. Sometimes, give or take. Anyway, so thanks everyone. You can always check us out on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded, and you can also subscribe to the channel and get more of the things that we do when we do them. And then they'll tell your mobile devices or whatever, and then you'll be like, I can support them. And also laugh, probably, hopefully.
Yeah. You can donate to our Patreon campaign. We do a month-to-month patron-only hangout. And guess what, Jake?
What?
That's a lot of fun. So
is it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I thought you were going to switch it up. Like, oh, it's real lotiony.
No, nope. Still just a lot
all
of fun.
Sorts of different lotions that we try. It's like QVC. Every hangout's like QVC, except we don't try to sell them to you. We just like talking about lotion. That'd be a weird twist. You pay your $2 a month just to get access to the Patreon thing, and then you come on and it's just us talking about like, I really like the Lubriderm Men's 3-in-1 lotion. It it covers your face and your hands, and it could be an after shower, a before shower, a during shower lotion, really. It's smooth. It doesn't come on too oily, but it doesn't come off too quickly. It's just perfect.
I like the lotion that's like, not like beauty treatment branded lotion. I like the lotion that like almost markets itself as like a medical thing. It comes in a pretty plain bottle with a pump. Much,
and if you get on like an open wound, it stings.
yeah, much less oily, and that's good. So there's your recommendation. If you're buying lotion, find one that's not like in the beauty care aisle. Maybe find one that's more in like the health section.
You're welcome.
You'll thank me for it. Anyway, thanks everyone.
Hit us up, Lubriderm.
Until next time, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake. And next time we're gonna have a Lubriderm sponsorship.
Apparently, I'll take it.
Today's episode of the Bible Reloaded is brought to you by Lubriderm. Rub it on you.
Get all oily. Use a whole bottle. Still not enough to fill the void in inside you. Anyway, goodbye.